let's talk Arsenal now and the search for a striker. Will Arsenal fans get their wish to bring in a striker? So, Carve, will Arsenal fans get their wish to bring in a striker?
I think they will get their wish, but I think we just need to relax. Let's not get carried away. The transfer window only opened today. As far as I can tell, Arsenal don't have a game coming up soon. They're probably not going to have a competitive game until the Premier League starts in, 2 months' time or something? 6, 7, 8 weeks' time. So there's still a lot of time to go, and the transfer window's open for another, 90 days. They will sign a striker. Now, they're being very clever because they don't want people like you, me and Mark to be reporting about the fact that they've got a number one target. They want people to still be guessing and clubs who are trying to sell strikers to not be quite sure of what Arsenal want to do. They want selling clubs to think that Arsenal have got lots of options because it will suit them when it comes to doing a deal. They'll be able to do a better deal. Having said that, we know who their main targets are. Victor Gyökeres at Sporting, Benjamin Sesko at Leipzig. Another striker who is reportedly their number one target. I don't want to name him because I don't want to get in trouble with the supporters of his club. But they will definitely sign a striker, and I just think we just need to calm down, wait, trust Mikel Arteta, trust Andrea Berta, and trust Arsenal.
What clubs will do in this period of time, and they've been doing it for weeks and months already, is they'll be building profiles of the players they like. They will have negotiations with the agents of those respective players. How much is it going to cost? How much does he want? How long's the deal? What's the agency fee? What are the other add-ons that are needed? And then they will have everything on the table and go, right, what's the order? And often you might find that the manager will say, actually, that player is the one that suits me. And the sporting director might say, well, actually, that one suits the club because that works for us. And they have to get on the same page. Now, two of the players that Carve mentioned there, Benjamin Sesko, he's been in the Red Bull group for a number of years there. He had a solid season last season and is obviously gone from Salzburg to Leipzig. That's what Red Bull like to do. They like to develop players within their model, within their system, and then eventually sell them on for a huge profit. He's someone that had 18 goals and assists in the league, someone that's only 22 years old, and I think that could play a key role in Arsenal's decision. He's a young player with so many more levels to the game. And when you look at these stats here, most goals scored by players 21 or under in Europe's top 5 leagues last season, Benjamin Sesko was at the top of that list for Leipzig with 13 goals. So there, you've got a player that's hugely talented. He was spoken about not many windows ago being linked to Real Madrid, someone that is looked upon as someone that potentially could be a top player in Europe. And you look at the age, 22 years old, that would tick the boxes for what Arsenal have done in terms of the profile of player they've been looking at over the last few years. Victor Gyökeres, again, slightly different because he's 27 in a few days' time. So the sell-on value might be a lot less and it might be financially a bigger package. But he is a goal machine. 46 goals and assists in the league last season in Portugal is just astonishing. You can see the goals scored, 39, which is obviously the best in the division. Direct goal involvements, 46. He's also scored...
in the top 10 European leagues, actually, not just the Portuguese league.
Yeah. And
he won the double.
Yeah, fantastic season. I've got a soft spot as well for him. I was trying to convince clubs to sign him when he was at Coventry. I watched him as a youngster at Brighton go out on loan. I think he's top class. I really like him. I'd love to see him in the Premier League because I think he'll physically destroy defenders because that's the type of player he is. But that age, 27 in a few days, that might be where teams go, we spend a lot of money on him. Can we recoup any of that back? I don't know. But then, of course, it's not just 2 on the list at Arsenal. There'll be other players there.